Hey friends, I am here to talk about my experience and my honest review of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Are you ready for this? So, I had originally planned to take my family and myself to the event. However, looking at the pricing, we were wondering if it was even worth it. So, for three of us, at closer to the end of October, it would have been 600 American, which is about 800 Canadian, and that's a lot of money. So when the opportunity came up for me to go to Florida, go to Walt Disney World with some of my girlfriends that I work with, this was my chance to go to the event and see what it was about without, I hate to say it, but without my husband and my kid. Because then I could determine whether it was actually worth spending that amount of money. For that price, we could go to Magic Kingdom for the whole day. So which one would be best? So counting down the days to this event, this party, it was fun. I got to have a great time with my girlfriends, getting excited for it. When we actually got down there, we got ready together. It was great because I don't go to the club no more. I don't go to clubs. And it kind of reminded me of those days when my girlfriends and I would get dressed, get ready, listen to music, and go out and have fun. Which I don't do that anymore. Anyway, so showing up for this event, we didn't want to go too early because I've seen it before where there are crazy lineups, and I am not into that. It gives me anxiety. It doesn't make for a good time. So we had actually decided to go about 5:30 or so, which was pretty good. We didn't have too much of a wait to get in, and it was cool to see everybody leaving the park as we were entering. We did get to go through a separate little entrance there, which normally isn't open except for the special events, which makes you feel kind of like a VIP, and gives you that cool feeling. When we walked in, though, I was kind of expecting a little bit more for the entrance. There was a DJ in a pumpkin. It was a fake pumpkin, but she was spinning some tunes, and I thought that's fun, but it would have been cooler if it was like a character spinning. I don't know. Maybe I'm just asking for too much. But then, lo and behold, I turn around, and the bowler hat guy from Meet the Robinsons is there, and I love that movie. I'm all about these underappreciated, underrated characters and movies from Disney. And that was exciting to me. As a 41-year-old woman, I was very excited. So that to me was very cool. And then Cruella de Vil came out. That was neat. I did think that aspect was, it was nice to have, especially like towards the entrance there, because you do want it to feel like bam, especially for the amount of money that you're spending. So as we strolled in, you could see that there were some backdrops that people could take some pictures with. I wasn't really all that interested in that, to be honest with you, but that's okay. Some people are, and that's cool. As we walked through, we did see some more rare character sightings, which honestly was probably my favorite part of the whole thing. I thought it was neat that they brought out these people like Queen of Hearts. I never get to see her personally, so I thought that was pretty neat. She was by the Mad Tea Party. You had Alice and the Mad Hatter. That was fun, but as we went along, we would see that the ride times weren't too bad, but we weren't there for the rides personally. I know that a lot of people love the fact that there are lower crowds, so they can jump on some of those, but we really wanted to experience the event. We wanted to see what it was all about. And so What we did was we made sure that we went around. We wanted to wait for the parade and see the stage shows. Not to mention the very cool fireworks show, which we'll get to in a sec. But we did end up going to some of the trick-or-treating stations. I'm an allergy gal. I'm, of course, I gotta be, there's always gotta be that guy. I was that guy. And what they did was instead of handing over, a bunch of candy and chocolate, they handed me a token, a teal token. So my bag was not as cool as the others. I will. I will make note of that. And of course, my bag wasn't going to be as full. So I had some tokens in there. For a child with allergies, I don't know if they would have felt as special. I know that back in the day they had the bins with the allergy friendly treats and all that. But this time around you collected tokens, and then at the end you would go to back to the front of the park and you would pick up your treats that way. We'll get to that in a second as well. So the girls that I was with, they had a hoot. They were getting all kinds of like their bags were getting heavy, and I could see that with other people around as well. So they weren't shy. The cast members were not shy in handing that candy out, which is great because you're paying a lot of money. Would I go just for the trick-or-treating? No. As somebody with a child who has severe allergies, I don't think that it was made to feel as special. Just putting it out there. That's my own opinion. You might be different in that aspect, but if you've got allergies or you have a child with allergies, it's something to consider. The parade, though, was fantastic. I would say that the parade was one of the best parts, again, because of those rare character sightings. And because it wasn't very busy, I had a really great spot and I got to see these characters up close. It was great. It felt like it wasn't too busy. I didn't feel, pushed out of the way like sometimes you do at the Festival of Fantasy Parade. It can get pretty crowded. But this felt nice to me. I got a really good spot right around the hub there. That to me was probably my favorite aspect of it, the rare characters and the parade itself. The stage shows were pretty fun. I'm not usually somebody who sits and watches all the stage shows on a normal park day. I will admit to that. I don't mind seeing them because, Mickey and Minnie. Jack Skellington was the star of this show, I would say. Him and the Oogie Boogie Man. They were pretty cool. It's cool to see that kind of stuff, and there are a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas fans out there. I know my husband is one of them. But having said that, with the stage show, the parade, the trick-or-treating, and then the fireworks, which were pretty fantastic, it didn't pull my heartstrings like Happily Ever After would, because it is a Halloween theme. They were well done. They had very cool imagery, like the imagery was very cool, the projections on the castle, and the story was fun. But I look at all of this and I think, would I do this with my family? Would I pay for 3 of us to go as opposed to just one of me? And the answer is no, I don't think I would. Now, everybody's different. For our family dynamic, I don't think it would be worth it in October. So when we went on our trip last week, I didn't think it was worth going to, because we actually ended up doing a full day at Magic Kingdom and it was open later. We got on all the rides we wanted to get on. We got to experience Happily Ever After in a really cool spot and make these really beautiful memories together. And it's different for every family. I think that maybe once our son is older, maybe we would try it out. which is kind of ironic. I know it sounds ironic, but when he's a bit older and he's too old to go trick or treating around our neighborhood, I think that this is something cool for the teenagers. To give them that feeling of I'm still a kid, because they are still kids, even though, when they go out trick or treating at that age, it's kind of frowned upon. So I would say that this is something that I would probably try in a couple more years with the family. I enjoyed myself a lot. I had a good time with my girlfriends, of course, but seeing that food choices were kind of limited, and as somebody with allergies, like, already it's hard as it is. In Magic Kingdom especially. The other parks are a little bit easier, which that's for another video another time, but I just didn't feel like it really is meant for somebody like me right now. Again, I'm a 41-year-old woman. Obviously, it's not meant for, but it's meant for everybody. And the girlfriends that I was with, they had a blast as well. I don't know if some of them would return. I can't answer that for them, but I have a feeling a lot of them would, because they did get a lot of candy. They got some really cool treats and food options that are only available during the party, which I think is very smart from a marketing aspect, but at the same time, for somebody with allergies, not so much. The choices that we were offered afterwards, when I went to pick up the allergy friendly treats, they were not that great. And I know in the past they have been better, because I always check what they're offering. And unfortunately, it wasn't something that made me go, woo! It made me go, oh, okay. That's not the kind of reaction that I want to be giving when I'm spending almost $200 on one event. You're picking up what I'm laying down. So for me, it was that kind of a thing. My husband and my son definitely want to check this out. And again, like I said, I would take them, but probably in the next couple of years as opposed to next year. I think it would be worth it then, so that our son feels like he's still a kid and, can still participate in that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't personally do it right now. So I'm glad that I didn't take the family. I'm glad that I got to experience it, to really kind of see what's what. But at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you what's worth it, because every person is different, every vacation is different. And I know that there are people out there who would rather try the special event as opposed to going to Magic Kingdom for the day, because they've been there, done that. I go frequently, whereas my husband and son don't go as often as I do. So we felt it was more important to explore that, and to kind of dive more into those magical memories as opposed to the Halloween event. And so, again, this is solely my opinion. I did have a really good time, but at the end of the day, you're paying for the ticket, you're paying for a costume of some sort, and it adds up. So for my family and I, again, probably wait a couple more years. But what do you think? Is this an event that you have attended? Is it something that you would go back to, or something that you would try? I move my hands a lot, I've noticed in this video. I'm sorry, it's a European thing, but I feel really strongly about it, and not in like a bad way, but I want to be spending our money wisely. And not that going to Disney is seen as spending your money wisely, but in that aspect, what is the most important thing? So that's something that you want to consider when you're planning your next trip. Are these special ticketed events worth it to you? Only you can answer that question, right? Let me know below what your thoughts are. And if you have been to the event, what did you dress up as? Because I was Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove, and I was really hoping I could see her there, but that's one character that was unfortunately not part of the Boogaloo Parade or walking around the park, but that's okay. I got to see Bowler Hat Guy, and like I said, to me, those rare sightings were the best part of it. So maybe things will change in the future. We'll see. Maybe they'll change things up and give better candy for those allergy people. I brought everything back for my son, and he was happy because it was free stuff. But that's exactly it. It was free. I didn't have to pay for his ticket to go. Otherwise, I don't think so. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And if you are thinking of going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, take this into consideration, but take it with a grain of salt as well, because everyone's opinions are different. But this was mine. Have a wonderful rest of your day, folks, and we'll see you soon. I just winked at you a little bit creepily. You're welcome. Bye, friends.